Hi there, this is Tim Blankenship, owner of SEV Legal Doc Assist, a licensed and bonded legal document preparation firm. We specialize only in the divorce process. And today we're talking about how to file a hybrid judgment. Now, if you've been following along, we have a series of videos on how to prepare your divorce forms. We've covered steps 1 through 3, and we're now on step 4. And this is, as the court calls it, finishing the divorce case in one of 4 ways. Now, we are talking about, specifically in this video, how to file what's called a hybrid judgment. A hybrid judgment is a judgment that you will complete when the respondent does not file a response. Okay, they're not going to have filed a response, but there's going to be a written agreement. So in this particular judgment, while the respondent didn't respond, they can enter into a written agreement. And it says here, no response with agreement. So petitioner attaches the signed and notarized agreement to the proposed judgment, together with all the other needed forms. And this is it says see default case with the written agreement. So essentially, this is a default case, but with a written agreement. And it's actually called a hybrid judgment. And there are different forms that you would file on it, as opposed to a true default case, which we talked in a previous video. Now let's take a look at what are the forms necessary for where a response was not filed, but the case is proceeding by default and the parties have a written agreement. Again, this is called a hybrid dissolution judgment, as you can see here. Now, as I mentioned previously, you can use this form if you're going to submit your own judgment and attempt to do this on your own. You can use this form as a checklist. I do when I submit these, so when the clerk receives it, they can look down the form, see that I've used the proper checklist and that I have prepared all the appropriate documents, and that they're going to find all the appropriate documents in the judgment. It's always best to make it easy on them to approve your judgment. You don't want to risk possibly getting it back. So let's go over these forms. Again, I'm going to go over these real quickly. Again, I just wanted to show you that there is different forms for the hybrid judgment as opposed to the true default case. So I'll go over these forms briefly with you. Again, all of these forms will have their own video in our video library that you can locate if you need assistance in preparing these forms, if you plan on doing this yourself. Proof of service of summons, your request to enter default. Again, it is still a default case because no response was filed. If there were children, you need to have the UCCJEA. This would have been a form that you would have filed previously anyways, but they do want to see a copy. Declaration regarding service, a preliminary declaration of disclosure. So in this case, in the true default case, you would only have your declaration regarding service. You would have been the only one to file and serve your disclosures. But in a hybrid, even though the other party didn't file a response, they still need to serve and prepare their financial disclosures. Declaration regarding service, the final declaration of disclosure. Normally, we just use the waiver of final declaration of disclosure. There's no need necessarily to do the second disclosure. Declaration for default or uncontested dissolution well, this will be for divorce. The FL-180, your judgment form, and your notice of entry of judgment. Don't forget to have 2 self-addressed envelopes, one to you, one to the other party. Again, if there's children, whole another set of forms that'll be needed in here, okay? If there's child custody and visitation in the agreement, you're going to have that attachment, spousal support attachment if there's an agreement to spousal support, and I believe that's it. So again, all these forms you'll be able to find in our video library. There will be a video on how to complete each of these forms. When you submit these, you do want to have at least 3 copies submitted to the court, your originals and 2 copies. You want to have a copy of the judgment that can be picked up from the court, 1 sent to you, 1 sent to the other party, so both parties can have a signed and filed copy of the final judgment paperwork. Again, my name is Tim Blankenship, owner of SEV Legal Doc Assist. We do specialize in the divorce process. If you're looking for an affordable way to have someone professionally prepare your divorce forms, please don't hesitate to give us a call or visit one of our local area websites. Thanks for watching.